your name, dear?
Just look at this, she's happening. Beautiful.
There might be a doctor in the workhouse.
You need to check quickly.
Run to the workhouse, Johnny, run!
Oh, she's not willing to birth in the workhouse.
Better than a cold, wet lane sat on a chair with an audience.
What's your name, though? I've lost my name.
She's what, sick? She's delirious. Come on, let's not wait for an answer. Let's take her there. Now, whatever the expense, I will stand it. Come on, take them. Rather unequally poised between this world and the next. For a time.
Let me see my child.
You have a baby boy. A boy.
Just hold him once. And then I will die. I will.
There's not talk of dying. One so young.
No, that's right, Doctor. What are you doing? What are you doing, Doctor? Huh? What are you doing? Oh, that's what you're doing. Never works. What's she smiling like that for? What's she smiling like that for? She's dead.
You said we would meet. And
we did.
And we'd go for a walk. I've never had a walk quite such as this before.
You nearly have.
But only with you. And tomorrow you...
And then I come back. I'm not a man of wealth. I have to work.
What if... Nothing will happen, will it?
Yes, it will. For as soon as we can, we'll be together. And we will live happily together for the rest of my life.
Your life?
I am older than you.
And then what am I to do for the rest of my life?
Mourn. Weep.
How? Treat to one room in your darkened mansion with your wedding dress and your memories.
You have me mistaken for someone else, sir. You would...
Would what?
Nothing. It's late, I have to go. My father will be home. He'll be expecting you.
Would what? Tell me. What is troubling you?
Nothing is troubling me. After all, Mr. Leeford, my father would kill you. He would. He'd kill you.
Now! Right now! Our dinner is served and you are not welcome because you are only a child. So get up those stairs now. You hear me?
Again! Do it again, Father.
Now! Right now!
Come along, Miss Rose.
Good night, sweet lady.
Rose Fleming, you had better get up those stairs before me.
Well, it certainly scared me half to death.
Here you are. Yes, an old sea captain's trick. Doesn't work on your daughters, though. Not after a certain age.
Tell me, have you ever, when you were at sea perhaps, have you ever actually killed anyone?
Well, for obvious reasons of discipline, you understand. Or when a man was particularly devious, I've had to have men flogged till they died. Oh, and I strangled a man once in Cadiz. But he was a wretched liar. So, yes, I suppose I have. And you, Leeford, in your life and travels, in trade?
Oh, I ordered a flogging once. The men died laughing.
Have I missed anything?
Only a flogging or two. Been meaning to ask you this for a while, Leeford. Sailing tomorrow, as you are, may as well ask you now. There's something secret, isn't there?
Pardon, Fleming?
Something you haven't told me.
Is there?
Something about yourself. Something nobody here knows about you.
Father, don't you think Mr. Leeford should have his secrets if he wants them?
I've known men. I've had to. Good men. Excellent men, such as yourself, with a secret.
Well, there is. A marriage when I was very young ended most tragically.
Oh, how terribly sad for you, Leeford.
Yes, it was. It put me off, really.
Women? Put you off women?
Father.
Well, perhaps. Scared, really.
No good for a man being a man without women. A woman. A wife. I should know about that. Even when you're away. A long time away. Knowing you have someone to come home to.
Yes. I mean, it must be, I would suppose.
You've been very good to me this past year, Leeford. Since I lost my someone to come home to. You've
Only done what
any true friend would do. So, some advice from an old friend. Get yourself a wife, Leeford.
Yes. I'm sorry my appetite wasn't what you've seen it to be, Fleming. The journey, perhaps.
Oh, not at all.
Not the best of travellers, and I always get a little nervous before I... However, the pleasure of this evening was the company.
Safe journey, Mr. Leeford. Safe return.
Dublin, eh?
Yes, Dublin. 4 months or so, I'm afraid, but then...
There you are, you see. An Irish bride, the blue eyes and the black hair. Get yourself an Irish wife, Leeford. Oh, yes.
Blue eyes, black hair, right. Well, good night, Fleming.
Wife, Leeford. A wife.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Smile? That isn't a proper smile.
I know.
Are you ill, Agnes? Like Mother was ill?
No, Rose, I'm not ill. And not like Mother.
But you're sick, aren't you?
Miss Agnes, there's a letter for you from Dublin.
And there's this one. You've plenty of choice. That's a pretty one.
Yes, perfect. And this is the portrait.
Michael, you want a piston? And on the side facing, sir.
Oh, I will be available for sittings. And the ring, if it could be engraved as...
What a loss.
You don't know a man called Fleming, do you? Oops.
I'm sure you'll both be very happy, Mr. Leeford.
Thank you.
Matthews! Oh, Mr. Matthews! It's the master! He's home! Good to have you back, sir.
Oh, it's good to be back. Ah, anything happened while I've been away?
Nothing happens when you're away, sir. But there is a visitor.
A welcome visitor?
A new visitor.
No riddles, Matthews.
I'm sorry, sir. It's merely that having previously seen her portrait, I feel as though I know her, but I've never...
Agnes.
Miss Fleming?
Is she?
Sir, before you... and yes, she is in the drawing room, but before you go in there, you should know that there have been 2 letters, both marked urgent.
Yes.
One marked very urgent.
Matthews,
First from a lawyer in Rome and the other from your wife.
I have no wife.
And you should know, sir, that Miss Fleming is very... distraught.
Agnes. Agnes. Did you get my... What? Are you... Is...
I was always taught to finish my sentences.
Have you... Is it a death, Agnes? Then it can only be a...
Birth. Eventually.
I will... It'll be... Listen to me, Agnes.
You told me. You said that if this should happen, that we would live happily together for the rest of your life.
Yes, but I...
But? What but?
And we will.
Well, marry me then. Oh, no woman should ever say that. Have to say that.
Agnes. Agnes. I can't lose you. Because since I first saw you, since I came to this place, since I could think of no one else but you, my life has been consumed with only you.
Do you love me?
Does what I've just said sound like a declaration of eternal hatred?
Go and see my father then. Tell him now. Tell him the truth. Tell him I'm carrying. Phrase it how you wish, Edwin, but do not shame me. For you know I do not deserve it.
know me, Matthews. I'm not very brave. Have you anything to say about this matter, Matthews?
No, sir.
Yes, you have. You have. You have to tell me that I have to see Mr. Fleming, my friend Fleming, who trusted me, who killed someone once with his... I have to go and tell him that I've made his daughter pregnant and that I cannot marry her. I cannot give her the only respect she requires, the respect of my name. That is what I have to do, don't I?
Yes, sir, you do.
Honestly?
Yes, sir, that is what you must do.
Because?
Because you are a gentleman, sir.
Yes. Because I must not lose this love.
No, sir, you must not.
I wasn't talking to you. I'll go then. I have to go. I'll go now.
Sir, before you go...
Yes?
You should get changed, sir.
Best you can do.
Afraid so, sir. Really, sir, I do think that you
They'll only bring more bad news. A begging letter from her. A letter from a lawyer in Rome. Oh, I think not. I know nobody in Rome, Matthews. And the only good thing about the letter from my wife is that it's addressed from Paris and not the next parish. Oh, very well then. Oh, no, please, you read them. The one from Paris first.
Very good, sir. My dearest Edwin, it is with the most deep regret that I must inform you that yet again our limited finances are such that...
Paraphrase, man, paraphrase.
No money, once more, soonest, at least £50 a quarter. Cannot survive without, hopes you are well. Edward sends his love.
He was such a sweet boy. Then he wasn't. You remember, Matthews. I was going to be the father to him that my father wasn't to me. Then I wasn't.
Beg your pardon, sir, but it wasn't your fault.
Well, perhaps this time. No, not perhaps.
No, sir, definitely not. Now the letter from Rome. Sir.
Good God, Matthews! My God! Oh, my God!
Are they pretty? I didn't see how many you can find. Here, take some of mine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Leeford, what pleasure, you're back. Well, come in, young man. Stay. Have some ship's biscuits. Just looking. Thought I might find a black-haired Irish beauty. So, how was Dublin?
It was Dublin, you know.
Well, I've missed you while you've been away. I don't mind telling you. And my daughters did, too. Seen my daughters, Leeford?
Only from the outside when they were in the garden.
Go and see them later, huh? Right, well, you must have some news for me.
You should know
Are
that...
you all right? Caught a chill, perhaps, no? Could be, you know. That Irish Sea.
no, I do have something very...
Agnes has got something at the moment.
Agnes?
Damn sure of it. Denies it, of course. But I'll get the doctor to take a look at her if it keeps on much longer. Oh, sorry, my dear friend, sorry. I interrupted you.
I've come here to tell you that, I've come here to tell you that, I have some very good news. When I came back, there was a letter waiting for me from Rome, from a lawyer. It seems my uncle, my father's brother, Richard, is very ill. He was ill when he went to
Rome?
Rome. He was ill.
This doesn't sound like good news. You're not even making it seem like good news. You must be very close to your uncle.
No, but he wants to see me to compensate me.
For what?
Oh, time's passed, but he is very ill, and so ill that he will not live to return, so I must go to Rome. Now.
And the good news?
He is childless, his wife is dead, and he's going to leave everything to me, and everything is a sum beyond my wildest dreams.
We must celebrate! Well, you must, and I'll join you if I may.
No, I must go now. Right now. Almost now, after I've seen Agnes. The girls, Rose, and... perhaps I am getting a chill. I just thought you should know.
You will come back.
Of course I'll come back. The very moment that I can. Fleming, I could have been a better friend.
No. A chill.
Mr. Leeford! Mr. Leeford! Look at them all. I lost count after 144.
Really?
Rose.
12 times table, you see, Mr. Leeford.
That's very good.
Rose, Mr. Leeford and I have to talk.
Can I come?
No, I can't walk with you any further, Rose. I have to walk with Mr. Leeford now.
I want to walk with Mr. Leeford. One day.
And? Did you? Have you spoken to my father?
Yes, I spoke to him. I couldn't tell him. It wasn't that he was going to kill me or might kill me. It was just... I'd broken his trust.
I think that makes it even worse, Edwin. What about my trust? I trusted you. My father isn't me. He hasn't got what you've given me. He carries your friendship. I'm carrying your child.
I can't marry you. I'm still married.
Still married?
I'm just not very good at facing events.
This is our child.
And it will be our child. And it will grow up with the both of us. And I will never let you, or him, or her out of my sight. Once I return from Rome.
Did you say Rome then? You did, didn't you?
I have to. I have to go to London tonight. It's the only way. But then I'll come back and we can do whatever we want. We can go away forever.
And we'll be happy.
Yes. Yes.
But you can't. Ah!
Wait. I saw Rose.
You're still a married man. Your wife is still... She didn't die. I'm having your child and you're still married to someone else.
I was 17. She was a lot older. Both our families arranged it. Neither of us wanted it. We parted over 10 years ago. Gladly, more than, but...
But you cannot marry me.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. This is the only chance I have to convince you, to save whatever needs to be saved, to prove to you that my intentions were never less than... They were honourable, Agnes, I swear to you. And when I return, I'll be able to do all those things I wanted to do, to give only to you. I'll be able to provide for you, for me, for our baby, for us. I'll even have enough money to make sure that someone will no longer want to have my name, because I'll make it to her advantage. And then we can go anywhere for all time.
My father will find out soon. Do you really want me to have to face him without anyone? What happens if you never come back?
I will come back. Until I do. Both the locket and the ring have your Christian name engraved upon them. And there, to the right of your Christian name, is the name I will bestow upon you. My name, our name, our child's name.
Don't follow after me. Go back some other way. Write to me. I need you. I will need you. And you won't be here.
No, not like this. Agnes?
I know.
Do you understand?
I won't tell anyone, not even Father.
Ever.
Well, perhaps not ever.
Fair and reasonable. Do you think?
Very, sir. Absolutely. Your carriage is ready, sir. Very ready. And Mr. Brownlow expects you by nightfall, sir.
My old friend Brownlow.
Your mother went quiet, Agnes. As if she'd retreated. Kept it all in. Lost all her energy. As if she wasn't there. And then she wasn't. You were seeing Dr. Critchley, and that's the end of it.
I think you're pregnant.
I know.
What do I tell your father?
Nothing. I'll tell him.
Mr. Brownlow's residence, sir.
Thank you.
Sir?
No.
Edwin! Mr. Leeford!
Mrs. Bedwin.
Leeford? Brownlow. So, drama then?
Yes.
High drama.
I suspect little of it has echoes of anything Greek or even Shakespearean, Brownlow.
Come on then.
Margaret.
Yes, I know. Thought perhaps the day would come when someone else would come and I would take it down, but... And yours? No sorrow there, I would hope.
And those few people who, from now on, we might still count upon as friends, what do I say to them? Shall I pretend a sudden romance? A hurried marriage? An early child? And then reveal the untimely death of your newfound husband? Tell me, Agnes. Tell me what I should do. Tell me.
I can't.
Who is this man? How was his death to be? I know nothing about his life. Tell me about his death.
Father, please.
Tell me about his death.
He is not dead. He will not die.
Oh, of course he won't. And he'll come back and stand beside you. Of course he will.
And I left her, Brownlow. I left her there. And I would have left her there to suffer all manner of shame and dishonour upon herself and upon her family. The family of a man I called my friend.
You would have stayed, wouldn't you?
Of course I'd have stayed. But I only go to Rome so that I can come back. And when I come back, God willing, I will have the freedom that only money can bring, the freedom to fly the country once and for all. But this time, I will not fly alone. We will fly together and never be parted. Soon, soon. When I have money.
Well, I have money, Edwin. And at the risk of making you walk the floor at an even more furious pace, you're still a married man.
Almost the last words Agnes said to me.
That's what he'd be. He'd be a married man. That lawyer in town, Mackenzie, he's a married man.
No, Father. And now you have named and cursed the name of every man I've ever met, except for Mr. Johnston.
Who?
The one-legged lockkeeper.
Damn you, Agnes! Damn you! It is not a laughing matter. Not for me and not for you. And not for Rose. Although it may be for some. But I feel as though everyone already knows except for me.
Oh, Father, nobody knows except for me. It's not your fault, Father. Nobody could have been so fair to me as you have been.
I had a position. I had authority. I had esteem. What I am trying to say, Agnes, is that we bore as bravely as we could the loss of your brother. And then of your sister, too. And when your mother died, people had high regard for how I...
You did.
I could send you away, you know. Others do. Oh, yes, they do. Out of sight.
I will go, Father. You know I will.
How could I send you away? It will be wrong. And I have lost so much.
I'm sorry, Father. I'm so sorry.
We leave for the country in the morning, where I can hide you.
I didn't want to get married.
I know that. But you are, and you have...
I was only 17. And you were the best man, Brownlow. Why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you stop my father and my Uncle Richard from making me marry?
It's not the role of the best man to prevent a marriage, as a doctor would try to prevent a death. It is, in fact, the opposite.
It was the most wretched of unions. A marriage of convenience. The convenience of families. Sacrificed in the name of trade and commerce. There was no love, as I know love to be now. Well, why do you smile? Am I being absurd, juvenile, too romantic? Do you not believe me?
Oh, I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. I've known you far too long. And before I knew you, I knew your sister in a time of hopes and dreams and happy years of my own. And I smile, Edwin. Leeford. Leeford. See, for even now, at this distance of time, it's still far too easy to recall Catherine Leeford and the love that you have. Your passion brings back the pleasure and the thrill that I once felt when I was not a solitary and lonely man.
Sit on
chop. Put the rest on the back. Right, yes.
Come on, Chris, hurry up. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.
Check once more.
Now, have I got everything?
Put it inside.
Yes. One last request.
No, not last. That sounds far too final.
But don't say that. You've got years left in you.
Oh.
Listen, Brownlow. When I come back, I'm going to sell everything I have here. Everything. I've made a mess. I know I have. But I'm going to take Agnes away. I'm going to settle money on my wife and our unfortunate son. More than enough for them to live on, more than properly. I've written and told her that.
Mm-hmm. There, on your back.
Yes. Where was I?
You had a request. I decided it wasn't final.
And it won't be. But if anything should happen to me, and it won't, I know it won't.
Agnes and child.
Yes. Agnes and child. But you needn't worry. I am coming back. Margaret.
I'll miss you. But I always do.
You seem like a kind man, sir.
I am.
Why are we here, Father?
Edwin.
I can't see anyone.
Come along, Leeford, hurry up.
Bonsoir, madame. Monsieur.
A letter from England, madame. Monsieur.
Your father's uncle, his Uncle Richard. How many times do I have to tell you, you dozepot? Your father's sick uncle.
A lot of them are sick. Too sick to see me, so they would tell me. I'd say, "Can I come up to see you next week, Uncle?" And they'd say, "No, I'm sick."
This is the really sick one, the one with the lump, But it seems that your father's uncle, Richard, has repaired to Rome, but with little hope of recovery.
Is it the lump?
And your father follows him with great haste. And I know why. Money.
We have the money my father sends us.
Your father's money is not proper money. He writes, he says, that he will increase our finances.
Can I read the letter, Mother?
He calls it reasonable and fair. But I don't think so. Not the way I expect to live.
Does my father mention me at all in the letter?
We only live the way we live because of pretend money.
I realise that. That much I realise.
And as quickly as we come to a place, we have to go. Having spent the money we only pretended to have. And I refuse to live my life like this anymore.
So do I, Mother. Never left anywhere, except in the dead of night or first dawn. Never made a friend that I knew that I would keep.
We could be an eternity in the same place, Edward. It would make no difference to your hopes of friendship. But proper money, that would make a difference. To have back the life I once had, before your father discovered the terror of my ways.
My father must have mentioned me once in that letter.
Your father goes to Rome to follow money. The only answer is to follow your father.
If Rome is like Paris or Cardiff, I'm not going. Very well, then. I'll go.
And my uncle? Oh. But he won't be going home.
No, he won't.
How long?
I'm a lawyer, not a doctor.
I'm the doctor. Not long.
Uncle Richard, it's Edwin.
So it is. You don't need reasons, do you, for the money? You must know.
I thought it might be my reward for my punishment.
Rehearse that, did the young man on the way through France, across the Alps.
Go across the Alps. I took a boat from Marseille to Napoli, and I don't need to practice anything.
You can shout at me if you want, wouldn't blame you. Shouldn't ask any boy of 17 to marry. Especially a woman as vile as that. And the boy, dear God.
The boy is mine. In some ways recognisably mine, as much a victim as I was. But now, and this is no concern of yours, now there is someone else, Uncle Richard. Someone who I love with all my... Uncle Richard! Help! Someone help!
When I said not long, I meant more than 5 minutes.
His will, is it really as simple as all this? There are no conditions?
No. You'll get used to it.
But first, I must go back to England as soon as possible.
You said.
What should I do now?
Enjoy yourself?
I mean, what should I be doing?
Making your own will? I'm sure you have your own lawyers back in England, but as a precaution, Mr. Leeford, you have a long journey ahead of you. I merely suggest that putting your intentions on paper would be advisable to protect your loved ones.
Of course. My loved ones. Yes.
And you don't want to change anything?
No.
Right.
think I've been fair to my wife and my son?
Right. Although, doesn't matter, it's not for me to say. Where are you staying?
Trastevere, but...
I wouldn't stay there too long. But of course you're not, are you?
If there's something you want to ask me, you know...
It's very unusual, this will of yours, isn't it? In all my years, I have never...
You mean the stipulation if the child is born a boy?
Frankly, yes. I don't care, you understand? I'm only a lawyer. It isn't my position to care. That's why I am reluctant to make any comment. But I don't understand the conditions you place upon this boy child.
You haven't met my son. If there is to be a second son, even if I believe, as I do, that he would have the good heart and gentle nature of his mother, I must have that safeguard. You see, it might be me, my bad seed. Do I need to explain myself any further?
You didn't need to explain yourself at all. This will be put in motion, Mr. Leeford. Forwarded to Messrs. Grimwig and Brownlow. And you, of course, may. Your uncle's villa. The lease is yours for some time to come. I would recommend returning at the very first opportunity.
Well, we shall.
Thank you. You've been very kind, Mr. Ferguson. Oh, I think you'll find that I always make a point of charging a fee for such kindness.
Agnes.
Thank you for your letter, Edwin.
I sent you a letter. I didn't send you an invitation.
Father, I'm much better now.
Oh.
It seemed perfectly appropriate, Edwin,
What did?
that I should be here with you.
At this time of great grief.
Well, it was your dear, kind
Much lamented.
Uncle Richard who brought you and I together. Without him...
I wouldn't have had all those years of the cruelest grief with you and... Dictionaries should contain your name and particulars, Elizabeth. Definition of evil. Just your name and a brief description. Malignancy. Your name again. Cruelty, see malignancy. See evil, see Elizabeth Leeford.
Well, I'm glad you can carry a conversation now, Edwin. Couldn't really speak when we first met. Shame.
How did you get in here?
Too easily, I fear. This is not an area or a property which befits a man of your newfound substance.
I've been told that it's eminently generous, considering. Because you have read it, haven't you?
You were asleep for a long time, Edwin. The wills were the only reading matter written in English in the whole apartment. Apart, that is, from your letter. The one beginning... Dearest darling Agnes, keep my locket close to your heart.
The will and the letter tell you everything. And more than I would ever want to tell you. Still, you saved me the task of informing you of my intentions.
You didn't suffer alone, you know, Edwin. Your family forced you to marry me. My family forced me to marry a boy. A boy. No older than your son is now. And just as inexperienced. And I have no rich uncle full of regrets upon his deathbed. My family wasted and spent their fortunes, apart from some fool who found religion. But who will marry me? Who will I ever have who would send me such a letter of love?
Oh, bravo, Beth, bravo. Better than ever before, the best yet. But please, please, no encores, for I've heard it all before. Dictionary definition, deception, Elizabeth Leeford.
Oh, well, I tried. I had to try. I will always try. Almost anything. I said to Edward when I received your letter, I said, we should be here with you. Whatever you decided to do, even if you rejected us both again, we should be here. When you finally received everything you deserved.
That's where I got it from.
He's dying, you fool.
Dying?
Is he dead? Of course he's dead. There was enough prussic acid in there to kill a whole platoon.
Why didn't you tell me?
Don't cry. Don't you dare cry. Do something useful for once. Empty his pockets. Take everything.
I can't do that, Mother. It's my father.
Lawyer? If he was telling the truth, your father was always foolish enough to tell the truth.
I don't feel well, Mother.
If a lawyer has that will, his will, we lose. She wins. What have we done to deserve that? Well, we have to reach her, Edward, and we have to reach her first. And don't ask who. At least it will look like a proper murder now, not by poison. Not a woman's murder.
I may never sleep again, but I don't mind. I don't want to sleep.
Don't just think it was a robbery that went wrong.
That's all. It's the dream about my father. Not anymore, I think. Not dream.
Come back. Just come back.
Signora.
Sir, Mr. Grimwig, sir. You have an appointment at... No, I don't.
Oh, but of course. Of course. I had forgotten. When will he be back, Mrs. Bedwin?
Tomorrow afternoon, Mr. Grimwig. Shall I tell him... is there any message?
Tell him... Tell him nothing.
I wonder who it is this time.
She's on her own.
She's not now. Calm, boy. Calm.
I've always hated the country. No privacy. We'll have to come back tonight, when we're not expected.
Listen. Calm, boy. Calm.
It's a girl!
Is it?
No. No.
Well, you look at them city folk. State of them. I hate city folk. Robbers and thieves, readers and writers. Begging your pardon, sir.
I have to talk to your sister, Rose, just for a moment.
Father, if this is...
No, it's not that. It's not going to be... It's not the usual subject of our talks. Although I almost wish it was. As with the other matter, I wish with this. I wish that I wasn't saying... Will say what I'm going to say now.
Father, what is it? Are you all right?
I've just heard my very good friend Edwin Leeford's been found dead in Rome. Perhaps murdered. In fact, he was murdered. Stabbed to death and robbed. I expect it won't mean quite as much to you as it does to me. Although I know both yourself and Rose were very fond of Mr. Leeford. I don't know anymore. It's not like losing a son. And yet it is. Best not to tell Rose, I think. Time enough to know of such things.
If that's what you want, Edwin, you stay like that. You live like that. It may suit you. You may always have the same lack of appetite. You may never want.
Want what?
Just want, Edwin.
You know I don't like riddles, Mother. I get ill if I have to think. But I do, you know I do.
But here we are, so near, so close to becoming... We've done a terrible thing.
You did. I just watched.
Oh, no. Watching is included in bad things. You can't say to a judge, oh, but I only watched, Your Honour. But what would you do, Edward, if you became so rich, so very rich, so that everything and everyone you ever wanted, for I know you do want, you secretly want? What would you do if everything you ever dreamt of could be yours?
I'd have to think.
No, you wouldn't. You just want to know what you had to do.
And what would I have to do? I can't do that.
You could. You can. I fear you have to.
I don't.
Edward, the gallows call us both, I'm afraid. If I were to go, you would go too. May as well deserve to go. And if truth, if not justice, be known, you don't really deserve to hang. But you will, whether you deserve to or not. I'll make sure of that.
I'm going to bed.
You won't be able to sleep. Not now.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. And forgive us our trespasses. No, Mother! You said we were only going to scare her.
You like to kill things, Edward. I've seen you in the fields. Badgers, rabbits, cocks, dying fox, pheasants. I saw you chase a swan once with a knife in your hand. I wouldn't be at all surprised if many a mongrel has gone missing, been found dead after we left the vicinity. You do, Edward, you really do. Like to kill things.
Only things.
God's creatures.
I won't do it again.
And how many times have you said that to me, Edward, over the years? And you always have, haven't you? But it's understandable. Son, after what's happened to you, the father you had, the accident you had that left you the way you are.
I hate the way I am.
It will change.
The doctors think not.
I didn't say you would change, but that it will change. When this is over, when you can go to a place where no one knows you, or your affliction, all they will know is the kindness and generosity that you will bring, the gifts you will bestow, and they will truly love you for what you really are. And your money.
Where would such a place be?
Oh, where the sun is hot, the seas are blue, and the sand soft beneath your feet. Ceylon, the East Indies, the West Indies. Perhaps not Australia, but a place where the natives know their place. Where a young man with so much to offer could go and be a god. Afterwards, Edward, you'll be surprised how easy it was. Taking a knife to another of God's creatures. I should know. And far, far better than standing on the gallows while someone takes a rope to the both of us. I have faith in you, Edward. I have seen how powerful you are with those who are weaker than yourself. I'll get the horses saddled, shall I?
God. It's all my fault, Rose. But I have somewhere worth coming to visit. I have anywhere, Rose.
I can't, it isn't in me. Why couldn't you just die of a broken heart? Like people do in books? There's no point in biting my hand. I like it. Oh, no! This. Remember this. This will break your heart. This will wake you screaming every night of your life. I come here, not by accident, but sent here by design. Sent by a dead man now, but sent to kill you. Oh, yes. He didn't want you either. For with his dying breath, Edwin Leeford screamed, "Kill the child." I might just yet.
Who are you? Are you the bogeyman?
Yes, I am the bogeyman. I am the devil! Rose!
What? I saw the bogeyman. I saw the devil.
Agnes!
Mother! Mother! It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault, Mother. I told you. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I told you. Mother, I told you. I'm not healthy enough to kill someone. I fell, Mother. I fell down. I had a fit, Mother. Mother!
Get rid of the knife. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the gallows for you.
Doctor told me. No excitement.
We have to go out.
We have to be brave, Rose. Your sister's out there somewhere, Rose, and we have to find her.
Saddle up a horse, Woodcroft. I don't know where she is, Rose. Where she can be.
I know where she is.
I don't think you do.
No, I do. She'll have gone to somewhere called Rome and London.
How do you? What makes you think that?
Mr. Leeford said that was where he was going. And then he'd come back and take her there. And Agnes said they'd be happy.
Leeford.
Mr. Leeford wouldn't have sent the bogeyman for her, would he?
Leeford. Leeford. Oh, no, not Leeford, my God. I thought upon him as my son. And he's stolen my daughter.
I promised Agnes I would never tell anyone, except you.
I don't deserve you, Mother. I don't. You should just leave me here. You know, do what you want to do. Anything. Kill, maim, mutilate, whatever. I'll be very happy. I'll settle for the money that would have been left to me anyway. I mean, that money's fine. I can manage. I'll go away. That's what I'll do. I'll go away quite soon. Now, in fact.
The girl must be somewhere. If she's dead in a ditch and the baby with her, all well and good. But wherever she is, she can't be far away. There are only so many villages, only one town within walking distance. We can still find her.
But what will we do? Stop people and ask them, seen a pregnant woman lately? Fair hair, tummy sticking out, likely to be a bit dirty. Go to midwives and workhouses. Excuse me, any babies today?
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Bit early in the day for you, isn't it?
I would suggest that you sat down, but,
friends I have left who I love and would miss. You're here, so.
Daisy.
There we are.
All right, sir.
Thank you, Woodcock.
Where are we going, Father?
I was born and brought up in Wales.
Is that near Rome?
No. It didn't used to be. Not in the 1780s.
And Agnes?
She could never have walked this far, not in her condition.
I would, if I wanted something that much. Although I never wanted what she wants.
What does she want?
She wants to give birth to the baby she's carrying for your father. Get on.
Initiate, quickly!
There might be a doctor in the workhouse. Run for the workhouse, Johnny, run! There's anything better than the workhouse.
Better than cold, wet lanes sat on a chair with an audience.
What's your name, love?
You've lost my name.
Best let them in, I think.
Never. Give in once, you have to give in again. Yes.
So do we wait until they become really violent, Mr. Bumble?
Let them in if you like, I'll have no part of it.
Mrs. Mann. Mrs. Mann.
What? What do they want, Sally? This is a private party. It's my party.
That woman in that chair outside, they say she's having
a baby.
That's it, yeah.
God love her. No one else will.
Matron, open the gates. Now, don't sulk.
Oh, but it's my birthday, Dr. Butcher.
And it's soon to be someone else's, if we hurry.
I'll join you, Mrs. Mann. Right alongside you, I shall be.
Very strong, the doctor, isn't he? And noble, too.
Isn't nothing far, is it?
The old lady's dead, Mrs. Mann.
Tie her out then.
She ain't dead. She's not dead, she's just gone and gurgled. Oh, don't tie her up. Look, he's twitching. Please.
Rather unequally poised between this world and the next.
Just hold him once, and then I'll die. I will.
Doctor, eh? What are you doing? Oh, that's what you're doing. Never works. What is she smiling like that? What is she smiling like that for? She's dead.
The old story, I see. No wedding ring. Such a fine-looking girl as well. Sweet-looking girl. When that baby wakes, give him some gruel. Do you hear me, woman? Don't forget. Go to sleep.
I've had 13 of them, you know.
Aye. 11 died. For all your help, as custom demands.
Sally.
Both an happy and a sad event, I hear, Sally.
No, Mr. Bumble. Sad on both counts. One died and the other lived. Well, I've just remembered something. I won't be a minute. If he cries...
I think I'll know what to do, Sally. We'll take him back to my room, Mr. Bumble. Have some gin in there. We'll wet something or other. Perhaps the good doctor might join us.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I didn't tie her up when she wasn't dead.
A baby born today. Now, a young mother, yes?
No. Not here. Not in there. Not anywhere I know. But if you offer me money, I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, don't. Don't you dare play me at my own game, old woman. Go on. Go to the grave you should have gone to a long time ago.
She knew something.
Yes, she knew you would have given her the money for nothing.
I only thought...
Don't. You know it makes you ill.
If I could live my life again, I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know. What a shame.
It is indeed, Mrs. Mann. A young girl, gone, just gone. And another orphan for the workhouse. Yeah, shameful indeed.
No, I was thinking of Mr. Mann. Sea Captain Mann. Sailing those 7 seas as he does. Childless, alone, like me. Expect he's found some new seas to sail. He's been away so long. But he sends me his likeness. And he writes.
I like a nice written letter. It's not the same, though.
No. Not the same. Another drink, Mr. Bumble? Babies are my occupation. They're my life, really.
Life is my occupation, Mrs. Mann. One of many in my role as parish beadle. It's wet, a bit.
Oh.
But one of my joys, Mrs. Mann, is that it is within my jurisdiction to invent a name for this poor orphan here. Yeah.
You, Mr. Bumble?
Hi, Mrs. Mann. And I name our foundlings in strict alphabetical order. The last one as came along was an S. Swibble, I named him. This then has to be a T. I've already thought of a name. Twist.
Oh.
The one that comes after that will be an Unwin. The next one, Wilkins. I have, may I say, names ready-made to the end of the alphabet. There.
Well, I should love to be there when you get to an X and a Z, Mr. Bumble.
Xavier and Zebedee.
And, this Master Twist, what, Mr. Bumble, shall his first name be?
Well, alphabetical again, Mrs. Mann. It gets confused only by those parents what are still alive wanting 2 first names for their children. But I do know that first names stand currently at N for Norman. No. N is gone. It is O now. O. Horace. Horace Twist.
I fear there is a H in Horace, Mr. Bumble.
Is there? Oh well. So be it. O. I have an O. I have an Oliver.
Oliver Twist. Everlasting.